You guys want to play Dungeons and Dragons? Sans one person. I do like that your hat has a happy face. My hat has an unhappy face, Kat.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed messages though because like.
Should we switch hats? Oh, hey, that's good. That's a nice shirt. Hey, I'm not gonna say it out loud.
If I'm
yet.
doing fuckery, I've got a smiley face on my face.
Dude, so. Not within the first minute on YouTube, guys.
Oh, sorry.
That's why
Fuck!
Listen, Joel, that's why I'm. Joel,
had no idea we started.
Look.
Oh, just recording. It's fine.
You see? It's like, then slowly, during the game, I can just start like slowly
backing out more and more. Don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of fuckery today too. And we also played last week.
Yeah!
Which means, who wants to recap?
Yeah.
Joel,
Wow.
no one ever wants to recap. Why'd you always make us suffer through this awkward question?
I don't know why why is it so, I don't understand why it's so awkward. Like, you play the game. Anyways.
Okay, listen, but the pressure of trying to remember everything accurately or
you
in chronological
have to remember
order.
Everything.
Okay, well,
guys.
trying to
taking an advantage for myself today.
You should.
Wait, no, I want the advantage.
Nope. So we were finishing up Wheel Watch Outpost. And it was going okay. Darrett got called away on other business. Had to leave in a hurry. Rode away into the night and probably very exhausted for the next day. But we kept poking around at Wheel Watch and got into a rather dangerous confrontation with a new type of Draconian. This one larger than the others we've seen before. White scales, large serrated blades, and had taken the form of a Kalamon soldier that had been captured. So that's something new to worry about, is shape changers in our midst. Who's even real anymore? He asks. Yeah, well, we did it, and we finished Wheel Watch Outpost, and then we went home. Much to little fanfare because everything was very quiet in Kalamon. It seemed that most of the military had been dispatched on various different missions, including one, an ambush supposedly to happen at a place known as Steel Springs, 30 miles west of Kalamon, led by one Lord Bakaris, with Darrett under his command. Great, cool, probably fine. We gave other information to the governor of Kalamon, but turns out he's not really involved in the whole military situation. And our Marshal, Vendry, was elsewhere on a different military mission. So there wasn't really much that we could do about the knowledge that we had and the worry that we have about Darrett and Lord Bakaris going to Steel Springs. We had a bit of a recovery time. We visited with some of the refugees from Vogler. We went and got some things from Wyon's Apothecary. Some of our characters got to meet them again for the first time. And then we came back to our rooms to a note. A rather terrible sounding one at this point. Placed underneath the fun potted plant in the center of the room was a note from Darrett that says, "Come at once. Bakaris is leading us to ruin at Steel Springs. He's the commander of this mission and I cannot disobey. I'll do what I can, but I need your help."
I just feel like his letter is literally just like, haha, I'm in danger.
Yeah, it pretty much is. And fortunately, it's been sitting on that table for a while.
I got a cool potion out of it. That's
You
all that
did get a
matters.
cool potion out of Wyon's Apothecary, that is true. And I think our thought was, upon reading this, was, well, heck, we need to get out onto the road because it's 30 miles to there.
Mhm.
And we could potentially, if we push through the night, get there, but get there exhausted. So it depends
Yeah,
on how
Svartal made
we
no
want to do
hesitation and just started walking.
Right. Yeah. So
Ravenna started packing her stuff and following right after.
Yeah. So I think the kind of unspoken decision was, well, we're going, and no matter what it takes, we're going. So
I'm Talnor. I'm probably telling you guys are stupid.
but he's not here to say anything
That
anyway.
is so accurate. Oh my gosh. He probably is just like, actually. And I'm like,
Actually, guys, we shouldn't arrive there exhausted. If anything, we should take more
Actually,
time
pushes up his
there.
magic shiny glasses.
He's bought glasses especially for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he puts them on just to push them up. Svartal is imagining that if we waited and rested or whatever, it'd be like showing up to a thing and being late, but also having a coffee in hand, being like, "Did you stop for coffee? When you're supposed to be here like 20 minutes ago?
Weren't you supposed to be here a while ago?" Yeah. Absolutely. So we strike off and travel through the night. So the first thing to keep in mind with that is each of you will suffer 1 point of exhaustion. This means all of your skill checks are made at disadvantage. This does not include attacks, does not include saving throws, but skill checks, athletics, acrobatics, investigation, perception, all of that will be made at disadvantage until you are able to long rest and reduce your exhaustion.
All I gotta say is this bitch better be happy that we traveled all night to go save his butt.
I'm sure Darrett will be very thankful, but we'll have to see what that looks like as we get
If he is
there.
alive.
If he's
Joel,
alive.
if you take this sweet summer child from us, I swear.
I
will
would
riot.
never do something traumatic in any particular game ever. Anyways, so while we are...
I'm pretty sure last campaign, you allowed Dano to yeet himself into a ginormous laser beam and...
Yeah, the actual sun. He did get torched by a star. Anyway,
and then everything blew
we
up.
continue moving on westward, 30 miles. So we would be able to kind of get further along. If we travel all through the night, you can estimate yourselves about 8 hours. You can travel almost 20 miles by foot. That's kind of the way that is. So if you push all the way through the night, that is something that you can do. Fortunately for you, it's not hard to do that when there's a road. You kind of just follow the road, keep walking at night, and most of you have dark vision, so we're not super worried about it. My camera just turned off, so that's fun. Hang on. Come back to me, camera. There we go.
Just ask it nicely.
I try, but it doesn't respond to kindness. Anyways, that should fix it now. So you would be in the morning, exhausted, continuing your remaining 10-mile trudge to hopefully arrive around midday at Steel Springs. I would love disadvantage perception checks from the group, please, as we continue our travel.
4. Wait,
Craig,
no,
that's
Craig.
persuasion.
Whoops.
11.
Sorry, Joel. I was close. I was
And
close.
it's a
Don't-
disadvantage.
Don't worry,
All
Craig.
right.
It's a 2 on the dice. We're
It is-
taking
yeah,
that.
I have a 0 modifier, so it is a 2. It is a 2 for me.
We've got 13, 11,
yeah,
2, and 16. Nicely done, Ravenna. Also, if you guys don't mind going to that drop down and changing to your
Yep,
character
I
names,
just
would
clicked it
Yes.
after I clicked
be
it, and I was like,
super sick.
I
Love
did
it.
it.
Thank you. So Ravenna, you'll be the only one to notice this, just due to your exhaustion. Maybe everyone's kind of trudging along, heads down, just trying to keep pace and go as quickly as possible. But you see what looks to be a mule-driven cart trundling down the road from the west, heading east towards Kalamon, towards you. As the morning sun is rising behind you, he's well illuminated there, and you see an old man sitting on this particular cart, and the cart is adorned and just full of things. It seems to have somewhat of a covering over it, and there's just stuff hanging from said
Is
cart.
it a wandering merchant?
It is a wandering merchant!
Yeah!
The man sitting in the driver's seat there is an exceptionally old-looking elf. Very white, wispy hair, long white beard, wearing these kind of gray and definitely road-worn robes. But he's just trundling away, and you can hear this kind of slight whistly tune. He seems to be whistling to himself as he makes his way down the road towards your direction. You're the first to notice. It's up to you what you do with that information.
Wait. I see something or someone over there. Odd. Why would they be out here at this time of night? 'Cause it's
Day,
night, right?
morning.
Day.
This is daybreak.
Morning. Why would it?
I think he's got food.
He may
might.
just simply be fleeing. I don't know.
I'm hungry.
Let us go investigate.
Maybe his news of.
So we don't move off the road, right? So we're just gonna
Yeah.
push forward in that direction.
We're like the girls walking down the high school hall, just like as we see him over there.
And he's got this as his little whip for his donkey, and he's holding the reins or whatever, and he'll raise a hand as he gets closer. Oh, hello there! Good morning to you all. Might I interest
morning.
you in perhaps some wares? Things of magical nature?
I'll
Are
take a look
you-
at it.
Oh, are you here alone out here this early in the morning?
I'm never alone. It's me and Jim here. He pats his donkey.
I see. What brings you so far out here?
So far, I'm just traveling. You gotta go down the road to get from one place to another, you know?
I see. You happen to not have passed by a group of troops, now would you?
Oh, yeah. Quite a large group of them, actually. Heading the direction you came from. Large camp, about 12 miles back in that a ways. Ran into them last evening, and I kept on going through the night, didn't want to be anywhere near whatever that was.
I see.
So, Kalaros has wares if you have coin.
Well, I'd happily take a look at the wares.
Yes.
Let us see.
All right. And he'll hop off the side, and the side of the cart opens, and there's just more stuff.
As he's doing that, Ravenna's like, well, we must be quick because we have places to go. And she's like watching
don't
this
worry.
whole thing.
I will
like,
just show you the most interesting things that I happen to have. These are glasses of hypnotizing. And this here is a goat bladder. It's somewhat of a joke thing. It's a cushion of whoopee, if you know what that is.
Oh, God.
This here is kitty feet. And he holds up like what look to be cat feet, but really large slippers. This here is it's a lucky charm. Don't look at it too closely. It's somewhat gruesome. And he holds up what seems to be like a small squirrel skull. But I'm sure, I assure you it's lucky in many ways. This here, this cloak. And he snaps this cloak off and puts it around him, and he goes, watch this. Billow! And the cloak billows in a breeze that does not exist. Yes, look at that there. This here is, well, never mind. We're not going to do that one. That's fine. This here, and he pulls out this like small vial of what looks to be a brownish liquid. This here will get you really riled up and going. I call it the red eye. Put that back here. This here is, if you're a hunter of some kind, it gives you this, like, musky scent, and, predators of all kinds have come running after you. It's like a small spray bottle full of something.
piss.
Perhaps. Is there anything that perhaps interests you in this? Oh, and I have things of great power. A ring of invisibility. A wand of disintegration. The rug, and he snaps out this really elaborate rug, of teleportation. This wand of murder.
You have a wand of murder?
Indeed.
What does it do?
Murder!
Well, that was pretty obvious, but I meant how?
Well, demonstrations aren't free.
Well, do you just stab people with it?
He looks down at the six. I suppose you could do that, but no, it is magical, I assure you.
I see. Unfortunately, I fear that your more magical attuned items will not be purchased, as I myself only have... And she kind of, like, jingles her bag a little bit.
It's like 4 gold.
140 gold.
Oh, lucky for you! Everything is 100 gold pieces. You can buy any one item for 100 gold.
What does that
Interesting.
rug of teleportation do?
It teleports.
How many people? How far?
I've not really given it the maximum, but I'm sure it can teleport quite a few.
Do you not test your own products?
Well, of course I do, but demonstrations are not free. I will demonstrate for 50 gold.
Of course.
Rug is very tempting, but I have no money.
That is a tempting offer, but unfortunately, you know, we are at a point where we will just have to take your word for it, merchant.
Yes, of course. I assure you, it does indeed teleport.
Is it only one way?
Well, 100 gold pieces will let you know.
It
Very
scares
well.
me. Above table, he says rug of teleportation, and meanwhile we get like transported like the 9 hells or something. Like, oh god!
I would love to take Craig back to Avernus again. We could do it.
I don't want to go again. No, I can't handle it. 2 years of my life. No.
Don't make me go back.
No. Well, anything catch her eye, and he'll lean closer to as far as. I feel that cloak of billowing calling your name, young hero. It would look quite striking on you. Does he always look like he wants to kill people?
Yes.
I think he's just deep in thought about it.
So that's just the way his face is. Got it.
We inherited that feature from our mother.
Ah.
So Svartal's trained on the skull, the squirrel skull.
The little squirrel skull? Yeah.
And he's looking at it like kind of sad, kind of somber, kind of angry, and a little mixture of the two.
Are you like obviously looking at it?
Yeah, he's like staring at it, and then like, I mean, yeah. Does the merchant do anything to that?
Yeah, I was gonna say like when he notices that you're not necessarily looking at him, but past him towards that thing, and he'll pick up on that.
Yeah.
He's an adept salesman. He's like, I see the lucky charm has caught your eye. A rather discerning gentleman of taste, I see.
Where did you get that?
Well, I found the skull, on the ground.
You found it?
Yes, in a pile of feces.
So you did not kill the squirrel.
No. Feces, yes.
All right. What makes it so lucky?
Well, wear it and find out.
Is he holding it? Is he holding it right now?
He'd be holding it by like the leather strap that it's on, right? Like holding it up.
I would
Alright,
hope that
Sfredo
you
grabs
had cleaned it first.
100 gold pieces. Not so fast, big man.
He will not take it from you. And if he decides he wants it, we will pay. Merchant.
Roll a
We are not one to
persuasion
steal.
check. Ravenna.
Well, I mean, she's not trying. Well, not really trying to persuade him. She is telling the truth, so.
Yeah, you're trying to persuade him to let him hold it without saying.
okay,
It's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not whether or not you're lying. But
this ain't gonna go well.
No, well,
but
also you're at
Svartal's probably
disadvantage.
gonna try to just take it.
You are at
Sorry,
disadvantage.
I literally just clicked it.
Yeah.
I'm at
It's all right, just
disadvantage.
roll
Let me
one
click
more.
it again. Yeah.
15
Here we
on
go.
the first one here is pretty good. There's a
There we go.
6.
6.
He goes, no, not for freezies, demonstrations, or holding 50 gold pieces. Or you can just
Brother.
buy it outright for 100.
So Svartal has an emergency 10 gold on him.
It's
So-
emergency 10.
So all he does is reach into his pocket, and while still holding the strap or the skull, while reaches into the pocket, throws him the sack of whatever gold he has, and starts walking. I assume he's still holding on to it.
Yeah, he's like, whoa. And he's quickly like, that is not nearly enough, big man.
She gives him 40 to make it 50. Here, to just
That-
hold it. Just to hold it.
Fine. And he'll let go. And he's just, good. Yes, and he pockets it there.
And she turns around and she goes, brother, you cannot just. We are not thieves.
I'm not
if it
stealing.
is-
I gave him 10 gold.
You could have fooled me.
You may look at it, but it is not ours yet.
Yes, consider it a down payment for your eventual ownership of the Lucky Charm.
He holds it.
Okay, you're holding it. It is a tiny squirrel skull. For your size, the leather strap probably would need to be changed out, but
He starts petting it.
okay.
She sees this and turns to the merchant and gives him an additional 60 gold. Just doesn't question it, and she just there.
Fantastic. Pleasure doing business with you all, and if you need anything, Kalaros will be in Kalamon soon enough. Now, happy trails. Good luck. Don't die. See you later. And he'll slam the thing back up, get back on the donkey. All right, Dim, let's go. And it's whoopsh, whoopsh. The donkey will continue trotting along the trail towards Kalamon. You get the
She
feeling
sighs.
that with the swiftness of him packing up, that perhaps some of his wares may not deliver as promised.
That's why she sighed and gave him the gold. She kind of knew,
Sucker.
but she doesn't care.
Sucker. Svartal's about to just walk away.
We get that one moment of like the cart leaving behind a ton of dust and a donkey going way too quickly down the road, and you're like, welp, now we're here. You now have a lucky charm.
Oh wait, no, I have 50 gold remaining, not 40. Okay, yeah, because he got it. Okay,
Is there facies still on it?
God, I hope
No,
not.
it does seem well cleaned and polished, as well as
Oh.
like sun bleached.
Okay.
Well, brother, enjoy your new charm.
Thanks.
We should get back on the road. We cannot afford to waste any more time. And she will take the
Yeah.
horse and start walking.
Absolutely. We continue our way. You do arrive sometime around midday. But the scene in front of you is, well, much less favorable than perhaps you would have liked to see. As the brook called the Inkwater comes into view, smoke rises over the tree line beyond it. Wounded Kalamon soldiers stagger from the trees, heading toward a narrow crossing that lies in your direction. Dragon Army soldiers give chase on horseback. It seems that you have arrived not at the battle, but at a retreat. And it is now up to you to act, hopefully save some of the folks as they make a harried run away. Dragon Army soldiers are on the northern edge of the stream crossing, throwing javelins at the retreating Kalamon soldiers. And the Kalamon soldiers are incredibly hurt, injured, staggering, moving slowly, attempting to assist one another in their traversal of these crossings. Just some map information for you. All you are approaching from the south side of this particular map. Remember that the flames around the map are not actual flames, but are just the larger battle beyond. Things happen in there and can come out of there in the chaos. Each of the brush and stones and things like that are all considered difficult terrain and some cover, as well as each of the crossings is not difficult terrain and is a way for you to cross the stream without expending any additional movement.
Is the outside like Looney Tunes scramble skirmish
Yes,
animation?
all the time, forever, and then, yeah, you just kind of have to hope for the best out of that. Anyway, you don't have a whole lot of time to think about the actions that you have, but it is
Startle
time to
think?
act. So go ahead and roll me some initiative, and hopefully you can assist the Kalamon soldiers during
Let's hope
this
so.
retreat.
To 14. Everybody rolled pretty high.
Okay, giving a map scroll on that side. Yes, let's get some Dragon Army soldiers on this list with their war horses. And they are harrying the retreating Kalamon soldiers. Kalamon soldiers, despite me adding their initiative, in fact, act at 0. Okay. Reyna, that is an incredibly high initiative for you today. Well done. What is the first thing that you want to do here as you assess the scene and see retreating soldiers to your east as well as to your north across the street?
Oh, with 1 level of exhaustion. Let's see here.
Yeah, so that does just affect your checks. So things like medicine, acrobatics, perception, investigation, things like that. But combat-wise, you are still functioning well enough that nothing is at disadvantage.
Okay, no AoE or anything. All right, well, I guess then just using full dash action to try and get myself closer to the crossing, because I just have a feeling that we'll need to protect the flanks of the Kalamon soldiers that are coming across the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's go ahead and do your movement here.
60, full 60 would get me about right there. So
Yeah.
full dash action, boom, boom. And as the soldiers are like getting closer, I'll just like, go across the water. We have reinforcements. Sorry, I
Sort
realized
of.
that. I just
We have
realized that word hits like a wet noodle.
Oh, there's 4 of us. Yeah, so 5.
Yeah,
Sorry, I forgot about
strong.
reinforcements.
But you would see as you make your way across, and I'm assuming we're back in our Solamnic armor, right? In our full regalia here, right? They would see a Knight of Solamnia come crashing across the stream crossing here. And yeah, you would see eyes wide and some bolstering here, right? You see the small crack of a smile as they feel like perhaps there is some hope for them to make it out of here. We'll see if that actually turns out that way, but yes, Reyna, they are stumbling along behind you here as you make yourself a prominent target, hopefully, for these soldiers on the northern side. Any bonus actions here, Reyna?
Nobody's close enough for charger.
not at
At
the
least
moment.
anybody who's in 10 feet of me, those Kalamon soldiers, if they have to make a saving throw, they get an additional +1 to it. That's all.
That's right. We've got that new aura. Pew. Look at that. Protection aura. All right, Razik. Reyna goes straight across the stream crossing to the north. What do you want to do?
All right, I'm gonna make my way up to the riverbank here, Joel, and then I would once again like to cast grease in a 10-foot square here, if I may.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Let me get...
Do you want me to draw that again? I'm so bad at drawing the shapes on the map, Joel. I'm so sorry.
I've noticed. It's okay. 10-foot square, but like up there?
Yeah, just because I know
At the
obviously
crossing
if it touches
itself?
the river. Yeah, so I guess I don't want to touch the Calaman soldier that's just on the edge there, because if I trip him up and he dies, I will feel just terrible about it. So, yeah.
We summon our magical grease into the area there, and what you will quickly realize is that as soon as that grease touches the water in its summoning, it just becomes useless. It doesn't work. It gets swept away in the environment there. So that particular
nice
top
effect.
end of the portion will be gone.
So yeah, that's my action, and then with my bonus action, I will summon the Steel Defender and send him across to right about there. And that ends my turn.
Absolutely. Jvato!
Yeah, so especially because of that, but I was gonna do this anyway. He's gonna dash, and then using a dashing action, move to the riverbank next to Reyna.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it. I can't do anything else.
Okay, yeah, I mean, good enough, right? You're also presenting yourself as an additional target rather than the Kalamon soldiers.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm the A10 Warthog as these Marines are getting pinned down.
That gun sound. Yeah.
It goes burr.
So good. It does go burr. All right, Ravenna.
All right. Okay. Going to make my way upstream. Dashing fast. Gonna bash the dragon army.
Yes.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
15.
20.
Yeah, we'll just say, so for argument's sake, you are one over just because the crossing
Yeah,
you would need to access.
Because yeah. So okay. So I'm like right.
All good.
Here, wait. Is that all? That's,
You can keep going. You got 60 total.
okay, yeah. So I go. Let's see.
You got like 20 extra here.
I'm going to go right behind Spartle.
Yeah. Setting up the defense line.
Yep, setting up defense line, and then
Do fighters not get an extra 10 at level 5?
An extra 10 for fighters? No. At level 5, they get an extra attack.
no. Yes.
Okay.
But I haven't attacked, so I don't get to do it. Because I haven't attacked. I used my
Yeah,
action to dash.
Use your action to dash. Perfect.
So, yeah, and then I will be right behind Spartle, and I will say, I've got you, brother.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Absolutely.
And I will ready my javelin.
Okay, and we ready javelin. The Dragon Army soldiers. Wow, lovely that they all go at like the same time. That's fun for me.
Convenient.
I know. So they will kind of ride up onto this upper end of the river here. And they're all gonna do javelin things. They're just gonna start throwing javelins, and we're gonna see who's feeling like exceptionally lucky today. Anyone, in fact, feeling lucky? Yeah? Okay. Roll me a D4, please. Nice. Okay. So Reyna, in fact, you are going to get some of these javelins. And the Kalamon soldiers are also going to get some javelins delivered to them here. So the way that this is going to go is that they get 2 javelin attacks each. So it'll be 2 for Svartal, 2 for Ravenna, 2 for Reyna, and 2 for unfortunate Kalamon soldiers. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh boy. Okay. The first 2 sailing over to Svartal. The first will miss. The second is a 22 to hit for 4 piercing, 4 fire. The next 2 for Ravenna on a 9 will miss. The second is a 20 for 3 piercing and 2 fire damage. Reyna, hiding behind that shield and getting it up in time here. Both of these attacks will miss you on a 7 and a 5. However, the Kalamon soldiers in their retreating and damaged state, Reyna, you watch as the soldier directly next to you takes a crit at a 24 to the dome and drops.
Oh no. Poor guy.
For 13 piercing and 4 fire damage. Okay.
It's like all this could have been prevented, you know?
No. No prevention here.
No.
Talonor, grumbling and complaining the whole time, will come up next to Razik, obviously, here. I should have stayed home where it was less death and things. I'm going to use one of my super cool spells. I'm just gonna do Firebolt because
God,
I don't
like
know
comments right here.
what he would do. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me like drop my voice
listening,
17 octaves, and then maybe we'll do that. 11 will miss. All right, there we
For
go.
the audience at home listening, audio only, Connor's not here. That's actually just Joel, just in case you didn't
You
know.
may be
Just in
surprised
case
to
you
learn
didn't
that.
know. Just in case you didn't know. Yeah, the Firebolt, unfortunately, on my 11 will miss. He's not going to be able to do anything on this one here. But the soldiers on their turn, in their state, as they additionally try to help each other, will only be able to travel 15 feet in the round. That is about as far as they can get here. Now, who's also feeling lucky? Brady did a great job first time.
I got a lucky skull. I'm feeling kind of lucky.
All right, Svartle, roll me a D8.
Okay. Eight.
An 8 is awesome. Wow, that's cool. So a hostile dragon army soldier mounted on a warhorse appears to the south, next to the
Oh, hell.
retreating Kalamon soldiers, and will be added to the initiative. All right, top of the order, Reyna. What do you want to do? As you see this man drop next to you, javelin firmly embedded into his eye socket.
Do I have difficult terrain on the crossing?
If you are not crossing on the river crossing, yes.
Understood. Okay.
If you do cross this direction, Greece.
I thought this was a good idea. Now I'm not so sure.
You could. Raynor, you're relatively strong. If you took a step back, right, for 5, and then jumped, you could make it across the water easily enough onto the rock.
Oh, I would like to pull a Karlak and try to just eagle jump onto one of these guys.
Okay.
And attempt to smite.
So you could attempt to do that too, right? If you were like back up this way and then you want to go, see, the thing is, you still will only have about 20 left unless you decide to dash. Sorry. If you take one step back, 25 total. So you could make it across.
I would like to attempt to jump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Let's take a look real quick. So for everyone at home, your jump distance is dependent on your strength score, and at a 19, Reyna with a 10-foot start will be able to make it across the river in any one of these kind of locations over here. Yeah, absolutely. Impacting onto the other side, putting you directly next to the Dragon Army soldiers in their midst with the war horses. What would you like to do?
I would like to attempt to hit. I'm just pulling up this thing here real fast just in case.
And because I'm an idiot and missed catching this on the map, we're just gonna go ahead and do that one more. Boom, done. That's what it looked like,
Okay.
everyone at home. Smile.
And I would have at this point, because I'm jumping, it would
Yeah.
be long-handed, long-handed, longsword two-handed. There we go. No
Okay,
shield.
so
just going
when you
across.
took that step back, you slung the shield over
so
your
it's
shoulder
easier to jump.
to go across? Absolutely.
Yep. And attempt to hit.
An 11 on the first. Are we targeting the rider or the horse?
It would be trying to maim the horse first.
Okay, absolutely. The 11 hits the warhorse.
Let's go.
There we go.
For 5. Nice.
I think I only have the one attack on this character. Yes.
Paladin level 6 should have 2. Extra attack.
I'm missing it then. Hold on, sorry.
All good. You just do it again.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. And yeah, trying to just fell the horse to make it harder for them.
Absolutely. A 9, however, will ricochet off the armor of the warhorse.
Once per turn, I would like to invoke advantage.
Okay.
For my Knight of Solamnia.
Knight of Solamnia, a super fair feat. Go, 26 does hit.
Boom. And then damage.
Super fair.
Whoa, for
Totally
10.
fair.
Okay, yeah, the warhorse is definitely deeply wounded here. You're able to get a secondary strike, driving the sword deep into its flank.
And that will be all. No bonus action.
Yeah, you definitely got their attention. Nice. Hey, Razik, you notice down on the south end of the stream here, the dragon army soldier appearing from the fray. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess I'll say to Talonor, Talonor, you cover me here. I'll see if I can stop that rider. And I will.
Talonor will sigh annoyedly.
Actually, sorry, I'm only moving 20 feet. I'm going there. Sorry. And then I will shoot a firebolt at the. I really don't want to kill the horse. I'll shoot the rider if I can. That's a
29, which is a natural 20.
29.
Yeah. You don't need to have the disadvantage on for your attack rolls.
I left it on from the perception roll. My bad.
Good.
Let's just leave. I'll have to roll the 2 more d10 for that one.
Yes. Roll
or
2
you
more
just take
d10.
that again.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just take all of that. So we're
right.
going to target the rider for, and it hits for 24 total
That's pretty
points.
good for a firebolt.
That is on a crit, yeah, for sure. The rider, seeing this coming directly for him, and the size of the firebolt, is going to utilize his reaction and his skill as a rider to basically toss himself from the horse and use the warhorse as a shield to block the incoming damage, which would immediately incinerate the horse you were trying to avoid.
This is exactly what I didn't want to do.
I know. The rider, though, however, will need to make a dexterity saving throw to see if he does survive, or, well, land correctly. 17, he does land on his feet, but the warhorse collapses into the dirt.
Okay. Rosico stay raised, but then for my steel defender, I'm going to move it up 1, and then I think I can do this. Can I just make it so that the steel defender holds its action to attack any hostile creature that comes within 5 feet of it?
I'm down with that. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and that ends my turn.
Perfect. Svartal, Reyna jumped over the river to go battle the enemy before you could. What do you want to do?
Oh, he ready.
She's showing some extreme bravery here.
Yeah, I mean, he does what he always does. He's going to rage.
Absolutely.
Rage!
He screams loudly, trying to terrify all of his foes. He will scream. It doesn't really matter what this distance is.
What is your strength score?
It doesn't matter. I will be swimming at the same walking speed.
Oh.
But my strength score is 3. Is it plus
3? 16. Yeah.
16.
Still
Yeah.
pretty good.
But
okay.
but because I have bestial soul, I swim at the same speed as walking speed anyway. So he will go up into this area here, which is in between the two. Just going
as
for
a
it.
note, I'm totally fine with that. But as a note, you have to choose which bestial soul benefit you get after a rest.
Yes, and looking at all of them, I was thinking about this the whole time everybody's turn was going. I think he would have picked that one anyway. It's the only reason I said that.
I'm fine with that. I'm just letting you know, and for the people at home,
Yeah.
we're not ignoring it. It is a choice.
Right. And for everybody listening, I was aware of that. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you swim across, get up behind Reyna here, and insert yourself into this bush, which is a bit difficult terrain, like to just be in here. So it will harry your attacks somewhat. Meaning, like, they would have cover from you.
Yeah. So what's that? What would I have enough walking distance to go ahead and above
Probably.
it? And also not.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
And we're gonna let's see. We have the shield out, so we're bringing shield, tail, spear, one-handed spear at the rider that was not just hit by Reyna, well, the horse, but yeah, at the rider.
So the rider instead on the same target.
No. So different. What I meant to say was the other target. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
But the rider. I'm targeting the rider.
Works for me.
Oh, I need to roll again because I'm reckless attacking.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant to say. I planned it all in my head and then didn't say it.
25 does hit.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't read your mind just yet.
Yeah, no, I am exhausted. So all this is happening in my head and then not saying out loud.
25 hits for the spear here. For 7 plus your 2 rage damage. Remember to toggle that on too,
I don't
just so
have
it's
that
there.
on because
for 9 total, as we target the rider here. The rider will also use his reaction to turn the horse into the blow, forcing the horse to take the hit instead.
What a bastard. Well, this is just going to make him more angry.
Probably.
So the horse just took, what, 9 damage?
9 damage.
Now
you have
pissed.
an additional attack.
Yeah, he's pissed. Use your reaction, motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
He's gonna do the same exact thing.
Absolutely, and this time he can't use his reaction to do that. So recklessly on a 23 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
For 6 on this one. Yep, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent, Svartle. That is all the things. We go south of the stream here. Razik, of course, the Dragon Army soldier that just got his horse blasted out from underneath him is just going to run at you. I don't see any other thing that would happen here. Yeah.
I don't blame him.
He will utilize, he's going to unlimber his shield here, and he's going to use his longsword one-handed. The first is a 6 and will miss. The second is a 23.
Wait, hang on. After his first attack, I'm going to use my radiant weapon, which is a new thing I have, to flashbang him and blind him.
Okay. I assume there's a save involved with doing that.
It doesn't say. I'll post the text for it. It just says, and cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the attacker's next turn.
As a reaction, immediately after being hit by an attack, Wheeler can expend a charge, cause the attacker to be blinded until the end of the attacker's next turn.
Sorry, first time using it, and there is also a saving throw.
And there is also a save at the bottom.
Oh my god, I was wrong on 2 accounts, Shell. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry. I just got excited to use it.
Of course, all good. Hold, please. The 23 will hit. In reaction to that, it's 6 slashing, 3 fire. You force your new weapon that we have not yet seen to flash in a blinding light here. So give me the description of that, and I'll go ahead and roll some saves.
Well, I imagine that there's sort of like a clear. No, I wouldn't think glass is the right thing to put on a sword, but like where the blood channel on the sword would be, there's kind of like a strip of enamel or something like that just flashes like a strobe light or something right in his eyes.
Sure. My eyes. I may be slightly epileptic, and so this really, really is dangerous for me. He rolls a 10, so he will end up blinded until his next, the end of his next turn. Okay. Excellent. And that is one of the 4 charges you have per day. Ravenna, what would you like to do?
Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to throw a javelin at the one 30 feet from me.
Yeah. So directly across 30 feet north and east of you.
30 feet. Yeah, I shouldn't have disadvantage with
30 feet is good.
Right?
Yep.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to use that, and then yes. Let me see if I now do I use my superiority die now or later for if I would like to do a trip attack.
Right. So you make the decision on a hit, essentially. You're like, I use trip attack. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll throw my javelin first.
I believe that's the wording for that.
Yeah. I would like to rage.
Sure, that works too.
Did I roll it at disadvantage?
You did,
I rolled at
but it's okay.
disadvantage.
We still take the first roll of that, which is going to be the 12.
The 12. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so for this, when you hit a creature with an attack, you expend a superiority die. So it's when you hit, you make the choice on what to do.
Oh, I should clarify that so I said I want to hit the one... I want to hit the horse.
Okay, you pointed at the rider, so I'm gonna go with the rider for now.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, and then we'll go from there. But unfortunately, that
Okay.
first javelin will miss. You have bonus action
Okay.
raged. The javelin will just go sailing past and into the dirt beyond him here. You have movement remaining, Ravenna.
I'm going to use another javelin. So I'm going to
Okay.
use, because I believe even though I don't get a bonus attack with that because I didn't hit it, so I'm going to use my action surge.
Okay, so we are action surging. Got it.
Yes, let me make sure I remove that. Okay, and then I would like to try and throw another javelin.
Sure. At the horse this time?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Love that for us. Go ahead. On a 19, yes, that will indeed hit. The rider cannot use his reaction here to try and block that.
I would like to use my maneuver. Am I allowed to do that? Use my maneuver trip attack?
I believe it says
'Cause I'm
when
using
you
an
hit
action
with
surge?
an attack.
Because it says when I hit a creature with a weapon attack, you
This
can
is a
expend
weapon
one
attack.
superiority die. Okay, so I will attempt to knock it down. It says I add the superior die to the attack's damage roll, and if the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw.
The strength
On a failed save, yep.
is a 22. So he will not be knocked prone. Warhorse is strong, unsurprising.
Let me remove one of my superiority die.
But yes, what you'll do is when you roll the damage for that, toggle on your superiority die in your
Okay.
attacks and spellcastings
Yep.
box. Then click underneath that 19 where the javelin was thrown, and there we go. We don't get rage on our thrown weapons. It's
Nope.
fine, but we do get 7 total points of damage delivered to the horse.
Okay.
Okay, you
And
have movement
See, I
left.
do have movement, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move. I'm going to move right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to move right here. I don't want to move in the water because that's difficult terrain. So
It
I'm
is
going to...
indeed.
I'm just going to wait right here. And that
All
will
right.
end my turn.
All right, sounds good. All 4 of the Northern Dragon Army soldiers go. Okay. In your proximity here, these 2 will go for their swords and unlimber their shields. The first is going to focus on Reyna because you attacked from here, so he's going to take 2 long sword attacks one-handed. The 15 and 14, both of those are going to miss. The second 2, Svartle, these will have an advantage against you due to your reckless attacks. The first is a 22, the second is a 14. The 22 will find the mark for 10 slashing and 2 fire damage. So we'll have down the slashing to 5, so it'll take 7 total. The other 2, however, I mean, Ravenna, this one here will just return some fire. And this guy is going to come riding across. Oh, yeah, okay. And we're gonna make a charge attack. He is gonna have to save against the grease upon entering this, so that's gonna be first. And I believe his grease is when you enter. Is that right there?
Let me.
Him or the horse?
The horse. Slick grease covers the ground. When the grease appears, they must succeed on dex save. Creature that enters the area or ends its turn. So dex save for the horse. It is the horse here. It's the same anyways. That is going to be a 17 to save. And then
that does save, yeah.
Okay, the warhorse then, having moved in a straight line towards the creatures here, needs to attempt to hit a hoof attack against Ravenna. Simultaneously, your steel defender can get its attack.
It does.
Is to dodge this attack, is this a dex save?
It is not.
It's
the
not,
warhorse
okay.
has an ability called Trampling Charge. The horse moves 20 feet towards a creature, then hits with a hoof attack. That is, wow, nice double natural 20 on that there, huh?
I know, can you believe that, Joel?
That's
Wow.
pretty great.
Okay.
So as the horse comes charging forward to hit Ravenna, I need a strength saving throw. You do have advantage on this. The hooves do hit.
Okay.
It's for 8
Yes.
bludgeoning damage, halved to 4. But then I
Okay.
need a strength save with advantage or be knocked prone. It is a 16. Oh, sorry, with advantage. Yes, 19. Good to go. You remain
Okay.
standing, meaning the horse can't take another attack there, and does suffer the 13 points of damage. The rider, however, again, is going to take his sword and shield and, kind of like maneuvering around here, is going to, swing around and try and hit Ravenna with the sword. So that'll be just
The horse tries to hit
attack.
Ravenna. Ravenna just goes at it.
17 to hit for 6 slashing, have down to 3, and 3
Okay.
more fire damage. At the end of its turn, it ends its turn there. So it has to roll a dex save again as the horse. This time it fails and the horse will fall prone. Let me give our Dragon Army soldier a dex save as well to see if he is able to. Nope. They will both end up prone in the water as the horse has fallen here. Okay. That is all of those. And then the 2 javelin throws that I have not yet done for Ravenna. First is a 14 to hit, which I believe just does. For 7 piercing, have down to 3, and 3 more fire damage. The second will miss, and then this one's going to kind of come out this way to prepare itself for the next round. Okay. I do believe Talonor will probably focus on the person that is down here next to Razik. Is going to huddle behind this bush here and goes, "Oh, I'm not a coward. I'm just thinking smartly."
That's Talonor, all right.
That's Talonor, right? And then we'll probably... I can't lightning bolt north of me. There's too many friends there. So, Chaos Bolt! Why not, right? That's a 25 to hit this... Oh, we have advantage on him, too, because he's blind. We'll roll it again just in case we crit. Do not crit. Chaos Bolt, level 1, boop, boop, for 11 points of damage. And I'll pick cold damage. Why not? This man becomes very, very cold and bloodied in singular
He's
attack.
blind and cold, this poor
He's
guy.
blind and cold, indeed. Poor guy. Speaking of poor guys here, the Kalaman soldiers will continue to trudge to the south and away as they can. And then
We get him a blanket and cold or in hot cocoa.
you know what? Ravenna, you haven't rolled one for me yet. Roll me a D8. Number 5. Arrows arc over the trees to the north. Svartal and Reyna, roll me dexterity saving throws. Svartal, you do have an advantage due to danger sense.
Are we at? Oh, not saving throws. Never mind. Okay.
Saving throw.
It was dexterity. Okay.
Yep. Reyna with a 9, Svartal with a 12. Both of these will fail as the arrows come raining down for 3d6 piercing damage. 13 on that. Halved to 6 for Svartal due to the rage.
Is there
and then-
any way I can react to that with my tail?
It is a saving throw, not an attack roll.
There's no attack roll.
Correct.
Okay.
This is like a battlefield effect, not like an attack roll.
Okay. Because I didn't use it on the guide because I thought there were more attacks, but it's fine.
I got to add. We get to add +1 to that. Does that save anything?
It does not. The +1 does not. Does not.
Is it halves? Is that
Yes,
6 or 7?
It is still piercing. We round down at 6.
6.
Yep. And then, Kayla, do you mind changing your drop down there for your rolls to your character's name? It is reset to screen name, which is fine. It just helps me when I read these things. Underneath all of the rolls, there's an as, 2 colons, and then in the rolling sheet, like in the roll column, you go all the way to the bottom. It says as, 2 dots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. All right. Speaking of Reyna, you get hit by a volley of arrows from the sky, taking 13 points of damage. What would you like to do?
I would like to attempt to hit the very same rider that I've been attacking.
Yes,
This
absolutely.
one right here.
We've been taking the horse, but
Yeah, do you want to take down the horse still, or do you want to attack the rider this time?
How's the horse look? I assume bloodied.
Horse is bloodied. Yeah, definitely like kind of stumbling around here a little bit.
Svartal's heart is hurting.
Do I feel that? Do I know that? Do I
Do you know?
care?
Svartal is deep in his rage.
Yeah, too mad.
No, as a paladin, preservation of life and all, we'll just go ahead and attempt to divine smite the living heck out of the rider.
The living heck.
We'll attempt.
Let's see if you hit for 20 on the rider. He will, for the first one here, change it with his reaction to the horse.
Okie dokie.
So you can choose to not smite the horse if you don't want to, knowing it's already bloodied,
smite the
right?
Horse.
What was that?
I won't smite the horse. Oh,
Okay.
It wasn't supposed to be selected. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. We deal 5 slashing damage, which is just enough to bring the horse down.
Sorry,
The
Svartal.
horse will die directly
no.
next to Svartal here. The rider will have to throw himself free. So I'm going to roll 2 things real quick for that. That and his own dexterity saving throw. He will throw himself northwards and ends up prone.
Poor
Rolled a
bastard.
natural 1 on his dex save. So, Reyna, that is your first attack. Remember, you do have multiple attacks.
He's prone. I'm
He
gonna
is
try.
indeed
Well,
prone.
hold on. Am I going to get a shoot?
No, you'll be fine.
So, it depends on where you go, right? So, like, if you go
If I
up
go
through
forward, I'll be
here,
fine?
if you go forward, this is technically difficult terrain, so it's 10 feet of movement, and you've put yourself inside of a bush, giving
In
him
the bush?
cover.
Oh, but if I
Because,
go
like,
this way, I will
Then
take
you will take an attack of opportunity. Correct, but you will not be in the bush. Again, if you take to the step to the north, you have cover. They will have cover because it's hard to swing a sword in a bush. But you do have advantage against the person that is prone, so it may be worth the risk. I'm just giving you all the info.
Bush. All right.
Bush it
Final
is.
answer.
All right, bush strike, go! So
Bush strike.
Reyna, second attack with advantage. There's a natural 20. Do you want to put a smite on this one?
Hey.
Absolutely. Okay, make sure it's toggled on, and then when you're done, click longsword two-handed underneath that. Oh my god. This is why we play paladins, everyone. So that deals 22 radiant damage and 15 slashing. This dude
You're a real
falls off
machine
his
head.
horse and is immediately smote from the bush.
Smitten.
Smote.
He is
Yeah, you're
smoten
real-
from the bush.
You're a real machine head in that bush there, Reyna.
I'm learning a thing or two from the twins.
Yeah, the sword comes lancing
siblings.
down,
Are you twins?
blasting in radiant damage.
Siblings.
Okay.
They're siblings, not twins. But
I'm older.
Okay. Twins can never mind.
for an obscene amount of damage at 37.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
And ends my turn.
All right. Razik, you see a flash of radiant energy to the north. And it seems that your friends are doing work up there. What else would you like to do?
Well, that's good. I will...
Positive things.
Yeah. I will swing with my greatsword at the fella in front of me.
Yes. You do have an advantage because he's still blind. Yeah.
It's 15 on the first attack.
Unfortunately, does not hit with him having his shield out.
I will try again.
Okay.
So 16. 16,
will
Joel.
Just miss.
Oh, you
As both
son
of these
a
will
gun.
scrape against the shield. This would not work if he didn't have a shield.
Ugh. Talador, if you could just put an end to this fella, that'd be great.
Do you need my assistance? Of course I can do that for you. I'm just changing his voice
This
every
accent
round.
has changed like 3 times. Like,
One of these is going to be like the right one. Which one do you like so far? Is it the, which one feels the best?
I like when you do
first
like
one.
kind of a cowboy old western accent. I think.
Old
Wasn't that the
western?
first one?
Well, now, Razik, this town ain't big enough for the 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, there he is. That's
Alrighty.
Like, oh man, I just got done shining my boots.
And then for a bonus action, I will command my steel defender to attack the. He's prone, isn't he? So
He
I will
is
have
with
advantage.
an advantage.
Okay.
A
That's a 16.
16 with his shield out does not hit.
Joel!
They have a 17
misses.
AC. Come on.
All right, well, that's it for me. That's my turn.
All right. Svartel, blinded by the radiant energy delivered by Reyna. What would you like to do for round 2 of your rage?
I would like to attack the rider again.
Yeah, of course.
Again.
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 You're the most dastardly devil in New York City.
That bastard was gonna die no matter what. Yeah. Same thing. Reckless attack. Nothing changes.
Perfect.
Spear
Love
in
it.
one hand. Boom.
Let's do it. Big.
16.
16. Just misses.
Damn.
Again.
try again.
Shields.
19.
19 will find the mark.
6.
It is a new round for him. So I give you one guess as to what
he
he's going to
is.
do.
Of course he is. I'm gonna stab the goddamn horse.
He will use his reaction to put the horse into harm's way instead. And the horse will become bloodied as the spear sinks deeply into its chest.
It's in slow-mo. You see the horse's eyes, like, just glass over.
Yeah. Poor Svartle.
And then you see Svartle's eyes glass over. And then it's like, oh.
Poor
He's
horse.
getting so mad.
Svartle's already, like, mentally named this horse, right? Like, it's just... Svartle, that is your action. Anything else you want to do?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, perfect. Towards the south, our still blinded Dragon Army soldier will make 2 attacks against you, Razik, with disadvantage due to him still being blind. With his longsword one-handed here, the disadvantage, fortunately for you, takes a 20 down to a 5 and a 22 down to a 12. That blind does real well on this round.
That's pretty like, well, I can't reapply it now because he didn't hit. I guess
Yeah, he didn't hit you, though.
I guess it is a pretty good thing.
But he will, at the end of the turn, be able to see once again and fight you properly, but that is his whole turn. Ravenna. Round 2 of Rage. Someone has delivered themselves directly next to you.
Round 2. Fight.
He is prone,
yeah.
on the ground, in the water. What do you want to do?
I see him and I smile and I sit on top of him and I try to strangle him and drown him.
Okay, this is gonna be a grapple check. We'll start with that, and then we'll see how that
Oh.
goes.
I wonder if that works if I do... Oh, wait. Let me...
What are we doing? Sure.
I would like
Quick
to
rewind.
stab him with my glaive.
Yes. Okay. With advantage, eh? Because he is prone.
Yes, with advantage.
Okay. You could hear the dogs of war back there, too. 24. Absolutely hits.
Okay, cool. I would like to use my superiority die to use one of my maneuvers, which will be yapping strike,
Yes.
grappling strike.
Okay. Yes. I like where that's going. Immediately after you hit a creature with a melee attack on your turn, you can expend one superiority die and try to grapple them as a bonus action. So add the superiority die to the damage so that you already get a d8 actual to this. So that'll be 8 from the rage. And this is, so roll me, this should be polearm blade, correct? Not polearm bonus.
Oh, I did the I'm sorry. I did
It's
the
okay.
wrong one. It was
Just-
supposed to be this one.
Just roll it real quick and then roll me that damage. There we go. Okay. For 15 total damage, bloodying the man on the ground here, and then you may make an attempted bonus action grapple check here, which is a contested athletics. With your rage, that is an advantage for you to try and grapple him here. My Dragon Army soldier in the ground is going to roll his athletics. He is proficient in this, and that is a 14 on my end. A 16 for Ravenna, and you are now holding him down there to the ground with your glaive. And he is grappled by the strike in the water.
You said he was at.
Yeah, so he's kind of at the edge of the water, right? He's got his horse next to him here. It's a bit of a jumble of arms, legs, and otherwise in the grease, but you are currently holding him in the water.
Excellent.
All right.
I will end my turn.
Dragon Army soldiers, the first of which going to wheel his horse around here and deliver what he hopes to be 2 decisive strikes against the enemies up to the top. 1 for Svartal, 1 for Reyna. I rolled a 7 and a 6. Wait, Svartal, you are reckless, so it goes to a 19. 'Cause of reckless.
Protection.
Oh.
Takes, okay, protection just disadvantage, or does it force a reroll?
Disadvantage.
Which cancels it, makes it a 7. I hate this game.
Okay.
Okay. The other,
Yes.
I know, right? How strong is horse? Let's see.
How many horsepower?
How many horsepower does horse have? Horse has pretty good power. Horse have good power. Horse gets backed up a little bit and then will come riding to the south to jump the river and finish its movement on the south side of the grease and next to our compatriot here, the little mechanical fox. The soldier will also unlimber his shield and sword to strike down at the mechanical fox. That is a 19 to hit for 5 slashing and 1 fire damage.
Okay.
Okay. The next is the one who's being currently held in the water here. I mean, first things first, he's going to try and extricate himself from the grapple. So, Ravenna, this is another athletics check from you. I rolled a 5. Okay, he's still in the water. That's the best that he can do. I'm going to see what the horse does. Let's roll a Warhorse wisdom save for the situation here. That's a 7. The horse is going to scramble to its feet. And in doing so, the guy underneath him needs to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage because he's being held here. That's a 9. He's going to take a quick kick to the head as the warhorse limbers off to the north this way, limping that direction. A fun little 2d6 for 5 points of damage to the guy underneath as the horse makes its way up this way. Great. Talonor. You dastardly folk here, I will handle you with my chaos bolt that I shall cast in a twinned manner because it has a range of 120 feet. All right, so the first is going to go down here.
Is
The
that
11th.
your Australian accent, by the way?
No, that was a purposely terrible Southern accent.
Oh, New
being
Zealand
from-
Kiwi. Got it.
Yeah, being from the south, I could do a good one, but I'm not going to do that. The 20, however, is going to come lancing up this direction. And yeah, he'll have to use his reaction to try and get the horse to block that there. The Chaos Bolt hitting for 10. We'll do more cold damage. Yeah. Bloodying the horse to the north. And I will expenditure his spell sorcery points. Okay. Soldiers, so thankful for getting the heck out of here. Hey, Razik, roll me a d8.
You got it, Joel.
I want Connor in the comments of this video backseating you how you play him.
He doesn't watch the show, so.
Oh, that's right. Well, he's not.
That's
Oh,
the
he doesn't watch the
six.
show because he's in it.
Right. He doesn't watch the show.
Maybe he'll watch this.
He doesn't watch the show. A 6. Oh, fun. Another wounded Kalamon soldier. Nearest a random. Okay. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. On a random location on 2 will appear out this side. On the northern end next to the river, a wounded Kalamon soldier collapses out of the fray and tries to rise and retreat like the others. Reyna, what would you like to do?
Take down the rider that's in front of me.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
2 attacks. First attack.
17. Yeah.
Oh, so close to a 20. I saw it.
He will use his reaction since it's been around to have that redirect to the horse. Are we smiting that? Smite is currently on, so I'm
The
going to
horse?
ask.
No, not. Oh, sorry. I've gotta disable that. No,
It's okay.
I'm not smiting the horse. My apologies.
Thought so. That's fine. 8 slashing damage.
Svartle just starts
Svartle
crying.
would be
Why are you crying?
so mad.
Just a single tear runs down his cheek. Doesn't say anything.
Okay, so he will be able to throw himself from the horse this direction, and he does roll a natural 20 on his dex save, so he will remain standing.
Ooh, okay. Movement, moving forward. Second attack.
There you go. 20 absolutely hits.
Yes to the Smiggity Smite.
Okay. 20 total points of damage too. That will drop him.
You to miss. Svartle, how are you looking currently, health-wise?
I'm good.
Most of y'all are good.
Thinking of my
I'm doing pretty
cleric. I
good.
don't have the spell I thought I did. Never mind. Doesn't matter anyways.
Rescue
Enter.
mission is going well. Razik.
Joel, I
Yes.
will attempt once again to attack this fella.
Oh.
26.
That absolutely hits. For
12 slashing.
12. Chop! He will drop.
Aha!
You found his weakness.
That's really,
Sword.
that's it for my action, I guess. So I'll just move 30 feet there, and then I will command the Steel Defender to attack the grappled fella.
Sure, the one on the
Okay.
ground there, definitely with advantage.
Yeah.
23,
23.
does hit.
It's 10 force damage.
As Ravenna holds him under the water, the fox delivers a force blow of 10 damage, and we watch as the man's head just explodes under the water, and
Wait, what?
blood just goes down the stream. Yeah, he is super dead. It's a force blast. What are you, force-empowered rend?
I thought it was
You
like
know,
he just was like a.
I was trying to drown the man, you know, like you just straight up there's-
Force-empowered rend.
I didn't expect it to make a head explode. Is all I get.
Why
Okay, so
not?
here's the thing though, is like as it's happening, like Ravenna's focusing on like grappling this guy and like holding him down the water, and then it just goes
Yeah.
it just blows up. And she's like,
And you see a
yeah!
tiny, cute fox machine having done it.
She doesn't she don't think that. She's like in a rage. She thinks she done
She
it.
did it? Yeah, okay.
She thinks she did that.
Oh, God.
You did that? No.
No.
I did that.
I did that. All right, cool. Razik, anything else? You're
That's it
pretty
for me,
good on that
Joel.
front.
All
Yep.
done.
Svartel.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. There's really only one enemy right now,
Yeah,
unless you want to
we
go
can
wading
travel.
into the combat to like your north.
No. What is this distance? Oh, through the grease. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
gracious.
So also keep in mind this block directly to your south is double because it is difficult.
Yeah.
You mean goodness grease?
Goodness
Yes.
gracious.
Oh
Gracious.
gosh.
Yeah.
So
That'll be, it's 10-20 to get like
So-
through the.
yeah. So that would bring me.
You could technically go
There?
around better,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
leap across.
It's still not going to bring me close enough, though. I guess I could do it. I mean, with charge, it gives me 80 speed, so. Yeah, I guess we'll just do that, right? And then come around and go charging right at the dude.
Okay, so when you use your action to dash, you can make a bonus action, melee weapon attack, or shove as you move towards the enemy there. You get a plus
close
5
enough
bonus
to
to the
the
attack's
water.
damage, or push them further.
What if I pushed him into the grease?
Oh, you'd have to get around the other side. Push is a like direct
Yeah,
line
yeah.
away.
I could, but I have enough movement. I can do that, right?
You
Oh,
have
but I have to go in a straight line. I can't do that.
40.
No.
Yeah, you'd have to get all the way
I'd
around.
have to
and
go-
then go like that.
Yeah. All right. No. So then
Not gonna
we'll just go up to him, and then I'll hit him with my spear.
Okay, so we go around, jump, and then make your 10-foot dash directly to him,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then roll an attack.
Twink. Oh, that's just a regular attack, though, right? So it would be a 9.
I mean, do you want it to be reckless?
But can I reckless with this? Oh, okay.
You can
Then
reckless. Yeah, you just, on any attack, you can decide to be
Oh.
reckless.
Then yes. 18.
First attack on your turn. Yep, an 18. Yeah, he's absolutely going to have to use his reaction for the horse to take the hit instead. But you will roll this plus the 5 damage for Charger.
I have that. Boom. Still raging, everything. All right.
Yeah, for 13.
Yeah.
The spear will find the mark here. Yeah, the horse gets dropped. As he's hastily
These
turning it.
These guys are cowards. I don't like them.
They are. Or are they smart? Either way. Another nat 20 on that dex save, though. Okay, so he will throw himself to the south. Okay. Yeah, there's really only one enemy left on the field here. Svartle, that's everything. Ravenna, what do you want to do?
I would like to use my movement to, let's see here, 5, 10,
Yeah, there's only one
15.
guy, so unless you're expecting to do something
I'm
else.
Like, no. I'm on that man.
Okay.
Like, I'm on that man's. All right, I would like to use my glaive,
Yes,
and I would like to attack him.
sure. 21 does hit. Oh, are we reckless? Is that what's happening here? Do you have reckless?
Yes, I have reckless.
Are we reckless?
Yes, we are reckless.
Okay, 21 does hit.
Okay. And then roll the damage.
For 6 on the first.
And then I would like to use my polearm bonus.
Okay. Polearm
Why is it doing
bonus
that?
action. What do you mean?
This is just doing. Oh, sorry. It said 18 and 11, and I was trying to just do normal. Okay.
No. When you do reckless, every attack you make
Oh.
on that turn is with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. So 18 hits.
Yep.
Okay. And then I will do that.
For another 8. Ew. All right.
And that will end my turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me get that.
So the last action of this man is to attack Ravenna. Like that, he probably dies in doing this. But we'll swing twice with advantage due to you using reckless. Here's a 22 and a 23 to hit.
Yep. It
So
hits.
both of these attacks are going to find the mark here. The first for 4 slashing half to 2, 4 fire damage. The second is going to find the mark for 8 slashing, halved to 4, and 3 fire damage.
Okay.
Talinor Greymoon here is going to go, yes, well, I shall use my firebolt and eliminate the enemy. Have at the villain. That's a 28 to hit for 12 points of damage, and he dies. Goodbye. Torched. Eaten by the flames. Let's see if there's anything terrible that happens at the end. Let's go all the way back around. Hey, Reyna, roll me a d8. Oh, good. Because we can't do that one again. It goes to the next one, which is awesome. Let's see. Razik, being the closest to the Kalamon soldiers, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. As a Dragonel flies overhead and drops a body of a Kalamon soldier onto the area.
Oh gosh. Well, it's a 23 for me, Joel. So good
You
luck
do
with
good.
it.
You do good. Let's see if the Dragon the Kalamon soldier is as lucky. He is not. The body will fall from 40 feet, dealing 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And a dead Kalamon soldier collapses on top of another Kalamon soldier at the end of the line.
Oh my god.
The Dragonel roars and moves off. It seems that with this, the last of the enemies in front of us eliminated here, that the retreat is in full effect. Reyna, I assume we go get this soldier over here as quickly as possible and try and help them get across the river. Yeah. With this, you would then note towards the eastern side here, Razik, as you kind of like look off towards the mess of the battle, you would see a dozen mounted soldiers galloping from that tree line, rushing towards you here. Kalamon's colors are visible on the soldiers' armor despite the dents and stains of battle. It is easy to pick out Darrett amongst these riders in his distinctive Solamnic armor. He is covered in bruises, blood, bandages, and you note that there's a rather distinctly large one around his neck. Another figure sits behind Darrett, sharing his steed. We would recognize this as one Lord Bakaris. Darrett rides to our location, and in a very kind of like broken and hoarse voice, the dragon armies, they've overwhelmed us. We need to fall back. We have a point east and south of here. Come, quickly. We cannot seek and fight the dragon army. There's too many of them. We can regroup. He coughs and sputters and spits some blood out onto the ground. Lord Bakaris says nothing and is clearly in a state of shock.
I guess I would walk up to Darrett and say, don't worry, should we just gather with the rest of the troops, or is there anything you need us to do?
Yeah, he would point at the rest of like the injured soldiers. Gather them quickly and follow as fast as you can. I'll meet you at the command point. Again, and he points at them. They know where it is. Ensure they're safe, and thank you for coming. And he's going to round up as many people as he can.
Sorry, just before he leaves, can I just cast Cure Wounds level 1 on him? Because he seems like pretty close to dying, and if Darrett dies, I think I will...
so hurt. Yes, absolutely. So you just like reach up and heal him? Yeah, for 6. Yeah, you watch as some of like the worst wounds close. His Solamnic armor is like dented and cut. But yeah, he would cough again a bit. Thank you, Razik. I didn't think I was going to make it out. I'll meet you at the rendezvous point. The men know where it is. And quickly, if you can.
Right you are. I guess if my companions haven't heard it, I would just quickly relay what Darrett
absolutely.
said.
Just shouting it off. And again, he would be moving down the line to try and collect as many of the retreating Kalamon soldiers as possible. The riders going with him. And that is where we will take our break. Darrett's not dead. Darrett's not dead. Darrett's not dead.
Lord Bakaris is still alive, though. The slimy git.
The Dragon Queen has gone to war. The conquest of Ansalon has begun. Eastern portions of the continent have fallen. Kenderbor and Sylvanesti fight for their lives. Where are the heroes in our time of need? Who will stand and join the ranks of the Shard? Join the premier mercenary group known as the Shard of Discord. Build your character, select your class, and roll dice in a game designed by me, Runaway Robot. Scout, build, craft, and fight your way to victory during live stream game crises that directly affect the DieFall show Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen. Join now at patreon.com/DieFall. Shard of Discord Season 2 begins. So funny.
Does she sit on?
No.
I wish. Anyways, you guys want to play some more Dungeons and Dragons?
Suppose we could.
Well, we did the thing, sort of. The battle at Steel Springs, whew, we got there in time to assist in the retreat of Kalamon forces. We have now, with as many of these wounded soldiers in tow, are moving to the rendezvous point as requested by Darrett. Darrett has moved off to assist again down the line there with Lord Baccharis on his horse, seemingly a bit battle-struck, as it were. Silent, 1,000-yard starey. But we would meet up again, probably like an hour or two down the line, about 6 miles away east of Steel Springs, back towards Kalamon, where the Kalamon camp is situated here. The soldiers have retreated to here, and you'd be able to make your way, once you get these wounded soldiers settled, to the command tent if you would like to. Is there anything that you would like to do in between that time, for yourselves, for anyone else, or in discussion with one another, before making your way to the command tent?
I think Reyna would, seeing like all the soldiers that are hurt, try and find like the worst off and anybody in the party, and prayer of healing.
Okay.
And she would kneel down in front of them, taking up the symbol of her god and uttering a prayer and hopes to cast, what is it? They regain points equal to 2d8 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Yeah, so maybe like the first thing that you do is you make your way to the medical tent.
Yep.
Right? Okay, now this is a thing. So you make your way to the medical tent, and there are, medics and wounded soldiers all over the place. The place is packed, and they're currently triaging troops, right? This is a reminder for us and for everyone at home. Magic like this, divine magic, has not existed for a couple hundred years. So you coming into this area and then praying, and you probably in a situation where you would be in a centralized, trying to help as many people as possible. What does the completion of the prayer of healing look like? Visually or any sound or anything like that? Like, what would people see or notice out of this, Reyna?
I think that Reyna, so not many would know this, but she's a newer paladin. All of this is new to her. So she's just going there with the intention to help. She really doesn't even realize that what she's about to do is going to cast an effect. In fact, she is simply just praying to her god in hopes that these people will be healed and that their recovery will be quick. And without even realizing it, as soon as she finishes her prayer to her god, it's as if this force field of not light, but this just energy is just off of her into the room and healing the most worse off.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does. It washes over them, much like a wave. Silvery in tone, much like the symbol of Paladine. And you watch them relax, those that were screaming in pain or going through some of the worst of the triaging and healing that wartime medicine has to offer would be soothed. Medics would notice, and the wounded would as well, that the worse wounds close on their own. Blood drying, scabbing over, fresh pink scars in some locations, all in a wave. There'd be a hush that falls over the tent. A quiet for a moment. And one of the surgeons, best way I can put it, a soldier given a scalpel, would turn to look at the center of the room. The only person truly out of place here in your full regalia. What just happened?
Literally not even realizing, just finishes prayer, gets up, and begins to kind of just leave the room.
Yeah. You may not even notice it, but everyone just watches as the Knight of Solamnia moves out of the tent, flap, in the breeze, as you move back to the mud-packed roads of this encampment. Stunned. Utterly stunned. Raina makes her way to the command tent. Does anyone else have anything they would like to do before speaking with Darrett?
Yes, I would like to strangle Lord Bakars.
You will have your opportunity in the command tent where he is located.
How much time? Do we have like 30 minutes?
Oh, it depends on what you want to do.
To strangle
take
him, or...
I want to take a nap. I want to take a
Before
quick
everybody
nap.
else comes.
You want to take a short rest? Yeah, you're more than welcome to. I mean,
Yeah. Can I nap?
if you'd like to, yeah, just find a
Oh, I
spot
mean,
in
we've
the
been
mud.
traveling all night. He's probably exhausted.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Sure.
Ravenna would probably do the same thing. She would probably try and, like,
Yeah, you
like,
make it
prop
to
herself up somewhere.
find yourself
Just
like an
kinda, like, cross her
overturned
arms.
log,
Yeah,
lean
and she just kind of
against it.
props herself up, yeah. And, like, crosses her arms all you know, like, closer, like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Waiting on, the summons to the command tent. Okay. Yeah. Razik, anything on your end?
No, I don't think Razik would be able to have a nap. I think he'd be a little tense, but I think I'd just kind of wander the perimeter of the camp and just see what's going on and,
Sure. You are currently exhausted, but you can roll one of two things for me. Either perception or insight. We'll tell you two separate things here.
I guess, well, no, I'm just as bad as both, so I'll go for insight.
Okay. The insight is going to tell you about the people. You did well in your pocket of saving these folk, but overall, the camp seems sparse. They must have suffered many casualties in this battle. A tragedy, truly, for the army of Kalaman. Most of the people here, other than you like watching Raina leave the medical tent, are huddled up somewhere, speaking in low tones, staring off into the distance, and truly feeling the shock of this battle. It's not good, to say the least. Spirits are definitely down, as would be expected, and there's quite a lot of wounded.
Okay, I guess Razik might just offer, like, a quiet word of encouragement to, like, some of the people who might look completely lost or broken, but I think he would feel pretty uncomfortable and not really know what to say. I don't know. Pretty unfamiliar territory.
Yeah, do you, I guess for Razik, do you feel that confidence you're trying to instill, or is this more of a performance for them?
That's a good question. I would say... probably not. I think reality is kind of hitting in and thinking, this is a bit fucked, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he'd probably just be like, keep your chin up, we'll get them yet, don't worry.
It's like Aragorn when he's talking to the people at Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's talking in Elvish and then swaps. He's like, oh,
I will
no.
die as one of them!
Yeah.
I can take a fire.
Now, for this, so what I would want, and you are exhausted, so it is a disadvantage, is a performance check. This is not necessarily for anything, but this is just how are these words received? How do these people feel in the moment here?
Okay.
13
It's a 13
not,
roll.
Honestly, it's above average. Like, that's not bad.
That's true.
Most, it would take some time and some words and maybe like a touch on the shoulder to get even some of their attention as they're lost in, whatever they're reliving at the time. But you'd see some kind of settle, feeling, even if it is a bit feigned, that confidence from Razik of like, hey, get through this, make it back to Kalamon, we'll be all right. We're here now, we'll figure it out. And yeah, you kind of just move around and have small conversations with these people. And you would note that like the word of you arriving, you and your compatriots, and the amount of people that you saved specifically on your own, it's starting to make its way around the camp. You are known in Kalamon, but not necessarily well known, right? You're kind of like a special attachment to some of Darrett's things, refugees from Vogler and things like that. The greater Kalamon military has zero idea really who you are and what capability that this group has. So you would note, Razik, as you make your way around the camp and you speak with people here, that the small legend of your compatriots and yourself is growing. You would note that people are talking about you and the acts and heroics. You would even find that some of them are very interested in your little fox companion. I mean, that seems to help them, realizing they have these like mechanical contraptions on their side that they don't understand, right? That feels like powerful magic to some of these, simpler just soldiers. But you do what you can.
We have our own
for a
machine
time.
fire breathing dragon. Oh,
Yeah,
but
right?
It's in the shape of a fox.
He's a tiny little fox boy.
It also doesn't breathe fire or do anything
Yet.
really interesting.
Yeah.
It's done some pretty. It's done some pretty cool
force,
things.
I was gonna say it force blasted somebody's head off.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It did do
The dragon didn't do that.
The dragon did not do that. So you find that about 65% of the people you talk to, you're able to at least reassure, right? Some of them you can't even get the attention of, but you do note with that insight and with that check there that, you and your compatriots are being talked about. You're an interesting group. You did do some good work during the retreat. After which, probably yourself or Reyna gathering the siblings from their nap as Darrett and his retinue do arrive and head towards the command tent. It's time to go speak with the young man and Lord Bakaris beside and see what in the hell's happened. Entering the tent, you would find that there are some captains here and Darrett at the head of the table staring down at what looks to be a large map of the area. Mostly it is, bisected by this stream outcroppings, and you would see some troop locations noted on the map, and some of them hastily scrawled out as it was clear that the information they did have was not adequate. Darrett would see you come in, and you would note that the bandage, the large one around his neck, is gone now, thanks to the healing that he was provided, but you would see a nice long pink scar from his jaw down across his Adam's apple. Oh, good, you made it. Oh, come in. Captains, lieutenants, this here is on my special detachment from Vogler. We have Reyna, fellow knight of Solamnia. He'll give you like his Solamnia knight salute for this. Siblings Swartle and Ravenna, out past the Istwilds.
She
Razik.
snorts
Yeah.
while like glaring at all of them.
Razik.
Actually, no, she doesn't take her eyes off of Bakaris.
Sure. Razik, tiefling from the plains of dust. And Eleanor, Grey Moon, one of our special attachments from the Guild of Magic. Talinor would obviously say something snarky here while wearing his, novice robes. But we'll have to imagine what those things are. There's nods and some salutes from the Kalamon military leaders here. And you would note Bakaris is seated on a stool off to the side, staring just down at the ground. He has not even recognized that anyone has even come into the room. He seems to be elsewhere. looks like my notes found you at some point. You look like hell. How'd you make it in time anyways?
I wouldn't really call it make it in time, considering the casualties.
Oh, true. I should have never left you, at the fort. Should have been with me the whole time. But unfortunately, made a mistake there.
It wasn't you. You're not the one to blame.
No.
As she glares at Bakaris.
Yeah. Lord Bakaris, again, he doesn't even move at the mention of his name, ordered the assault on the Dragon Army forces. He was unaware of the reinforcements nearby, and as clearly seen, the battle swung against us quickly. I and the other commanders in this room ordered as swift of withdrawal as we could. We saved many lives thanks to you all as well. But during that retreat, Bakaris the Younger and the forces under his command were overwhelmed. He is unaccounted for and assumed dead. Looking at Lord Bakaris, you note that he's not hiding it well. His bottom lip is trembling. A tear rolls down his cheek. Lord Bakaris clearly is not in any fit state for command, so I am taking that position from him.
He was not fit to command in the first place.
We can have that decision with the Marshal Vendry when we return to Kalaman. At this point, it is more about getting the men out of here and getting us safely returned. The Dragon Army, per our scouts recent, does not seem to be pursuing. They seem to be establishing on the north side of the stream, taking the land that they have and fortifying it. Marshal Vendry's forces are traveling from further west and south back to Kalaman to help reinforce the city should the Dragon Army forces find a way around us. We don't have a whole lot of time. But I would like to get you all and the troops rested for the evening, if we can. After which we will travel to Kalaman and inform Governor Miat of what happened. But I would make the request that you, my friends, ride ahead. We'll provide you fresh horses as we can. But traveling on your own, you'll move much faster than the army. Can you do this for me?
Why? Are you having us right ahead of you all and leaving you behind yet again?
You'll look around the room. Captains, could you please see to Lord Bakaris's tent and his food for the evening, and leave me here with my friends. Salutes around the table, and they will move Lord Bakaris off gently out into the afternoon, coming evening, and away. Leaving the tent empty with just you all and Darrett. I don't wish to do it again, but you are the only ones I can trust. The issue being this. In the state that Lord Bakaris is in, and the state that we cannot trust any of his actions at this moment, I unfortunately am the only one with the right to command this detachment. As many men as we have lost, we are still too many to travel quickly, especially with as many wounded as we have. Governor Miat needs to know of this incident as quickly as possible. Hopefully, you arrive when Marshal Vendry does. We'll see. And as much as I would like to send other scouts, You know the horrors of the army we are facing and are the best equipped to handle it. I can't pick anyone else. Now you can refuse me here. You're not part of the military anyways. I can't order you to go. I can only ask.
I mean, this makes sense to me. I'm happy to do it.
Thank you, Razik.
As long as you are the one in charge, then I will leave.
There's no one left to do it. Never really expected to end up in a command like this, but... No. I figured I'd be a full knight of Solamnia first, huh? But we do what we must.
Is that why Lord Bakaris decided to take a majority of the troops? To
What do
do
you
what
mean?
must be done?
No, If you were there, Ravenna, in the meeting chamber where Lord Bakaris made his pitch... Gods, if Marshal Vendry had even been there. He made a case to Governor Miat, and in his ranking position as a lord of the region, Governor Miat prefers Lord Bakaris' counsel over those of cooler heads and lower rank. Should the commander have been there, I'm sure we could have avoided all of this. Should you have been there, I think you all would have probably ended up in a jail cell for what you would have done to him. So, I'm happy that you were able to make it at least, and avoid potential prison time. But at what expense, truly? The war is truly upon us now, my friends. There's no escaping it. I think. At least for those that feel duty-bound to protect these people. And so we do what we must. Get yourself a meal. I'll have the horses ready for you. And I hate to ask you to do it again, but to call him on as quickly as possible. In whatever way you think best. Understood?
Understood. However, you should be made awares of what we have discovered.
Yeah,
And
let's sit back a little bit.
Yeah, and she will basically report what we dealt with.
Yeah, with the
At the
shape-shifting
fort or whatnot.
Draconia?
Yeah, the shape-shifting, all that kind of stuff, yep, and how, yep, And
Yeah.
how there technically was supposed to be a messenger on their way over here, but...
Yeah, where? Right?
Yeah, exactly. So which she will bring up too.
I think, yeah, Darrett here, upon hearing all of this. I'm not entirely sure what to do about that. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there was more of the, what are they called? The small dragons. Dragonelles.
Dragonelle, aye.
They seem to be using them as scouting forces, mostly. They did make an impact in the battle, for sure. Perhaps our scout was picked off before he could arrive. I do not know, but we will keep an eye out for it. And maybe you find evidence at some point. As for the shape-shifting, I do not have at my disposal the abilities of yourself, Reyna, or things of Governor Miat's expense. So we must act as if we can trust those around us for the present time and hope for the best. And hope that doesn't, bite us in the ass.
I'd like to insight check our sweet cinnamon roll.
Absolutely.
So above table, he did get. I know that he was supposed to like be thrown to the wolves, but he did get some really quick promotions really fast.
18.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Darrett is exhausted. It is quite clear, just as you move through the night, that he was also awake all evening and then had the battle all day today. It seems that the promotions are of battlefield nature. The command requested by Bakaris somewhat makes sense in Bakaris wanting to see him, a young knight, fail, especially giving him the volunteers from Vogler. Those are not soldiers. You carried him through his first assignment. The quick turnaround for him to ride back to Kalamon and then again be immediately dispatched in attachment to Bakaris again feels like a play from Bakaris to have him fail. For whatever reason that might be.
Look, I just don't want to get stabbed in the back by this sweet boy.
Yeah.
The sweet, sweet boy.
And this here is quite clear. Bakaris and his son were the ones in charge of this. With Marshal Vendry gone, Lord Bakaris took a command. And now whether or not Darrett outranks anyone here, what you've noticed is that they are listening to him. And it may just be of circumstance, but you also know, Reyna, in your experience, especially in Legends of Wartime and things of that nature, that Solamnic armor means a lot. In the ancient wars, before Solamnia was blamed for losing the gods, essentially. It's a banner of hope, right? The knights are well known, sometimes, and again in this era, sometimes hated. But it seems that these people, these soldiers of Kalamon, are leaning on that and Darrett for any kind of hope. But he seems different. Not suspicious, but different. Like the last 3 days have aged the young boy 15 years. Which, in battles that he has been involved in, losing his home, losing his mentor, watching the men under his command die due to the folly of an idiot lord, and now everyone relying on him. He sits more comfortably in the armor, if exhausted. And, like he keeps saying, he is doing what needs to be done. And you can feel a lot of that, old Solamnic Knight training just, emanating out of the actions that he's doing. It may not all be real. He may not all feel it, but in that armor, you have to stand for something. So with your 18, that's what you pick up. He's still a cinnamon roll somewhere in there.
Oh no, he's getting stale. No.
Yeah, no, he's developing quite a crust, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, he gives you a request as his friends return to Kalamon as quickly as you can after you're able to either get a little bit of a rest and fresh horses and a meal. It is up to you all whether or not you want to, as quickly as possible, again, push through the night and make your way back to Kalamon, or find somewhere in some way to long rest. It depends on what you think the level of importance is.
We are exhausted too.
Correct. Yeah. For mechanics reasons, just so like you know what that would mean for exhaustion. Your movement speed would end up halved, in addition to having disadvantage on your ability checks. Your movement speed, not the horses, but yours.
So when we go to fight something.
Yes, you'd be moving more slowly, but it, again, does not affect your attacks, does not affect your saving throws.
And we would also still get disadvantage on our checks, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we would take disadvantage on checks and also movement speed.
Exhaustion
what if
3
we-
is like where things get bad.
What if we
That's when
took
battle
a-
gets hard.
What if we took a
Short rest will not absolve you
It won't.
of your
Okay.
exhaustion. It will at least let you roll hit die and get some of your fighter abilities back, right? Like you get those back on a short rest. If any channel divinities were used, right, like we would end up getting some of those back.
How much did y'all get hit during that fight?
I took a few. Yeah, I'm mostly okay.
I think Ravenna is probably the hardest hit out of the group currently, but you guys did well, right? Like your capability
I'm
in
37
battle
out of
is,
59.
Yeah, your
Oh, so-
capability in battle
I've got a
is
rage.
gotten really
Yeah.
good.
So I may be forgetting this. What's the? I know where he's sending us and stuff, but what's the time? That is there a certain rush to this? Like how bad of a rush of the do we have to go?
He thinks that it is necessary for Governor Miot to know what happened at Steel Springs and to know that the information they had about the Dragon Army forces was wrong and that there is significantly more troops here, 30 miles west of Kalamon, one day
Right.
away.
Well, if we're going back to Kalamon, we can. I'd say we just go. And then no matter what, rest there.
I'm beginning to think the same. There may be other groups of scouts or skirmishers or whoever have been sent out based on this information, and their lives might be at risk.
Okay.
I am also in agreement. Sorry, I thought I had to unmute myself, but yeah, I think it'd be probably a good idea.
Same.
Or what
if it's
Ravenna would
just
do.
Movement speed and stuff like that. I mean, metagaming that part, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's what Sparta would just say out loud. It's like, well, we're going home anyway. We'll rest when we get there.
I'm just picturing it now. It's only movement speed, they said.
Enter a city chase through Kalamon. Oh no!
I'm just waiting for it. I'm sorry, but it's like, I'm being
Yeah.
a little bit suspicious here because it's like, oh, it's just movement speed. How bad
Yeah.
could it be?
But then me over here, I'm like, but what if we take that long rest and then we show up and then the entire town is just on fire again? And
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if
kind
we're
of the,
late?
That's kind of the thing.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Talinor would say, you lot are so dumb. I don't want to be exhausted, but I have lots of spell slots and things. So, sure, let us go.
What is that accent?
That's his
is-
Russian accent.
No, not even. That is a British person trying to do an American person doing a British accent.
Okay. Oh, so
Good
that's his
Lord.
Canadian
Okay,
accent.
but
There
here's
you
the
go.
thing though, is when he eventually comes back, we now
gonna
have
be
to
so
require him to
mad.
talk. No, we have to require him to talk like this now. Like, I don't make the rules. I mean, but
I did give
I
him
just
5
did.
different accents to choose from. So if that
Yeah.
was, yeah,
It sounds like he's not ever gonna know, so it's fine.
he's never gonna know.
he's never gonna know. know? Who's gonna know? He's never gonna know. He's never
He
gonna
will
know.
likely be upset with the fact that we have 2 exhaustion, but hopefully you guys can assuage him of that.
Hey, listen, we're just gonna say, hey, you were gone?
In any case, if you would like to, yes, a short rest while you have your meal, some bandaging, whatever hit die you want to roll for here, now is the time to do so.
Oh, okay.
And then
Okay.
we will, we will continue on. Remember, Reyna, you can add your Constitution modifier to those rolls. So whatever your con mod is, you can add to it. Yes, what's up?
Just before I forget, Joel, I'm also going to spend some time and use mending just to
Fix the
repair
boy? Yeah.
Yes.
Fix our little fox friend? Absolutely.
You know, I should say he does actually have a name. I've just never felt. No one's ever asked.
No one's ever asked.
What is his name? What's his name?
It's Brass Brush.
Oh,
No, Sparta wouldn't give a shit. It's not a real animal.
That's so rude. God, that's awful. Oh, as a
Oh, do I want to
boy.
spend 1 more hit die to get 1 more point to be at 69?
Of course.
All right, for the memes.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even know he had a name. Greg? Like, come
Well,
on
no,
now.
it never really got brought up, and then it was being too awkward to be like, by the way, you know, so there I just did it awkwardly, and then
Yeah.
we can move on.
Yeah, I just did it awkwardly.
Well, in this
But-
exhaustion, maybe you're grumpy and you're like, he has a name.
Yeah, you just like out of nowhere, just be like, yeah, because we're just like fox friend. You know, somebody mentions fox friend or whatever, and he's like, it has a name.
And now I can, like, actually give the token a name, and it has, like, a little thing on it.
Hey.
Nice.
There's Brass Brush.
Brass
Nice.
brush. That funky brush. Brass brush. No.
Okay, so you have what amounts to a
That's what-
gruel for a meal.
Oh, yummy.
Wartime rations, we love it. And a quick rest and the freshest horses they can find. So 5 war horses would be brought to you. You would note that freshest they can find is an interesting word. It seems that it's probably the least injured of the horses that you have.
Merely
You're
flesh wounds.
They are fed, watered. Their saddlebags do have feed for the next day and things like that. So you are well equipped for this. Who in the group even knows how to ride a horse? Who's ridden a horse? Like, Reyna absolutely
we
would
rode
have.
horses
as a
on the
knight.
way here, right? So we probably learned then.
Sure, okay.
Don't worry
So
about it.
as rough as it might have been, you did have at least something to ride.
How much?
Don't even worry about it.
How much strain is Svartle putting on these horses?
Svartle's a big boy, but these are like well-equipped war horses. They
Okay.
are accustomed to carrying like full plate armored people, right?
Okay, and that's about what he weighs. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, Svartle is himself, like, but also if he was a normal person just wearing full plate. It's about his
Yeah, he doesn't wear anything, so he doesn't weigh more than that.
right.
He doesn't wear anything, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's just got that little leaf in front because we play with the nudity settings off. So
Well, it's actually just it's a black bar. He ties the rope around his
God.
waist.
Oh,
my
God.
God.
So, with that, and evening fast approaching, our 5 heroes go thundering out of the war camp back towards Kalamon for another long, long night. That is where we're going to end this, because anything that we do next is going to take too long. So, with that, that's our session for the day. You saved Darrett and
Again.
Lord Baccharis.
Oh crap! I
It
forgot to do
seems
I forgot to do
that-
the thing I wanted to do with him.
Baccharis the Younger is perhaps dead, probably dead.
And nothing of value was lost.
Except for the
quickly-
lives of many innocent Kalamon soldiers.
Quickly retconning, as I got distracted by the short rest and stuff like that. He would have handed Darrett a little daisy.
You'd give Darrett a daisy? Sure. So on the way out of town, as Darrett is waiting and watching you all go, you lean over the horse and give him a daisy?
A daisy.
And he goes, thank you, Spottle. And he'll kind of like tuck it up into the neckline of his armor. Nice. That's it for today. Thank you for being here, my friends, and thank you for watching at home. When we return, we're taking a bit of a break. The way that I've been editing things in my level of time means there might not actually be much of a break for you all at home. But for us, we'll see. We're supposed to play in a couple weeks. We'll see if it happens. If it doesn't, Dragonlance will be back in November, which means by the time that episode goes up, it'll be December. So hold on to your pants, and hopefully we're back.
Gamers don't wear pants.
Okay, goodbye.
It's true, I'm wearing sweats.
Bye.
Bye.